ocean, baby.
Real loud.
Until I'm croaking, baby. Pussy so wet, Frank Ocean, baby. Staring in my eyes, he ain't wanna let go. Type of bitch make your nigga drop bands on the floor. He wanna love me long time we love it. French kissing in the middle of the club, then. Ass gripping on my weave, he be tugging. Late nights, pussy whipping, so we plugging. Hell no, I ain't tryna fall in love, and finesse a nigga, rush me through it like it's nothing. Real freaky bitch, lick it up while he bustin'. Stroking, strong, feeling, now he cuffing. I'm just lustin', got your nigga blushing. Wanna fuck with me, time out, I'ma make this dance bounce. We better bet, don't let nobody find out.
Secret living, secret fucking. Nobody got know nothing when we fucking. Baby, it's just me and you. Yeah. Nobody know what we do. Yeah. I swear it's done. Secret fucking. Secret fucking. Nobody got know nothing when we fucking. Baby, it's just me and you. Yeah. Nobody knows what we do. Yeah. Bitch, one time you all curled up, baby. You ain't know that a nigga like me was built for tough, baby. One stroke of this dick and I bet you fall in love, baby. One stroke of this dick and I bet that you fall in love, baby. Yeah. I like my head real sloppy, real slow, yeah. Hit it from the back when I take off from your home. Hit that pussy one time, you never let go. But you never had a nigga eat that pussy, take that soul like. What's happening, baby? Let me know when you're ready. Exactly, there's something you can. Okay. I'm just going to see, let them know. You know when she drop him off, she'll come. Okay. No, meet you at the club. Right. I don't know who put me in this religious
group text.
Oh, Facebook group. I should post this show in there.
You should.
Mm-hmm. Teach them a lesson.
You should post the one about anal in there.
Please be the hell alone.
And good evening, everyone. Welcome to King Talk Miami. I'm the infamous Jade Butter, and Teddy and I will be doing the show.
Oh, Lord.
Solo dolo tonight.
Oh, Lord.
Because Tika De Limon is at the office for
celebrating her birthday.
Yeah, big birthday bashment. So make sure y'all come out for the after party. So again, welcome to King Talk Miami, where no holes are barred, no holes are barred, and no holes are barred.
What? So no holes.
No holes.
No holes.
No holes.
And no holes.
And no whores.
Horse.
Okay? So everybody is welcome. We're using all them holes, all 3 holes.
All 3 holes.
And nobody can plead the 5th.
Nobody can plead the 5th.
Yeah. So summer is pretty much almost over. Mm-hmm. Kids are returning back to school pretty soon.
Yes, thank God.
I know a lot of parents must be very happy.
Yeah. You know, well, I don't have no little small kids. Mine didn't even come home for the summer like that.
Lucky.
She was home for a little bit, and then she went and got herself her own apartment.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So, you ready to
What?
Are you ready to release?
Oh, no, that's release. I told her release, and listen, I don't got nothing for you. I only pay 1 mortgage and 1 rent.
Oh,
that's
wow.
where I stay.
Okay.
Welcome to adulthood.
Damn. Well, for all those that still have little ones heading back to school, there are a lot of back to school giveaways going on, and the Bus Own Entertainment presents a back to school giveaway on this Sunday, the 12th, from 1 p.m. until 7 p.m. It's gonna be at 12065 Northwest 7th Avenue. They're gonna have bong sauces, giveaways, book bags, and everything. So make sure you'll go ahead and check them out. It's a whole family gathering, so everybody's invited to go. At least if I was a parent, I'd be first in line. I don't have to buy your no book bags. I wonder if they'll give me something for my dog.
I don't think they really ask who you getting it for.
Right.
So they probably will.
Right. And more in terms
That's a damn
of
shame.
gossip news, Iggy is all over IG
Yeah.
and everywhere.
Shaking that ass.
And it looks good.
No, she's always had a nice ass. She
I
used
know.
to dance here. Do you know of her? Yeah, she was dancing in Miami.
Really?
Yeah, that's how they found her. She's Australian.
Mhm.
She snuck over to the States and was dancing in Miami.
That's
Or
what's
South
up.
Florida. I don't know.
I think she's hot. And her booty is really hot.
She's a fine little white girl. She's a fine Australian. White girl, but Australian. You know.
Right.
They got a different vibe to them, I think. Aussies.
Yeah. My granddad actually moved to Australia and never came back.
Yeah?
Yeah.
She probably got on one of them things.
Maybe.
She went to shaking that thing on that boy. That boy said,
Or he could have just been like, yo, this flight is way too fucking long. I'm not coming back.
One time. I don't know, the flight, that should be shorter than China for me, so.
Not necessarily if you consider that he was coming from the Caribbean. So he probably have to fly to the States or England or something. So I don't know.
Yeah, it depends. I know we flew past Australia to get to China. We took that.
And then also the fourth suspect in the Tentacion murder
We still
case.
can't say his name right. That's a shame.
It's the accent.
No, it's not just the accent, because I can't say it either.
Tentacion.
You probably say it the best, matter of fact, because of your accent.
Maybe. And he too was charged with murder. I mean, so senseless. And they're also very young. It's like,
That's because we're chasing this bag, as they say. So they don't care. They want something to flex on Instagram. Like, we got to go rob this guy.
but that's so dumb. Like, okay, even if he had 10 stacks with him,
Mm-hmm.
really? You gotta split how many ways?
That's
just
still
threw
probably
your life
more money
away.
they seen. But they threw their. I'm not worried about any other person's money.
It's so super senseless. It's unbelievable.
Sad. Definitely sad.
Well,
Oh, I saw
mhm.
I saw the Shade Room posted that they're now working on creating a breathalyzer for marijuana, so they can detect when you're driving under the influence of marijuana.
Okay, but still, what is the point if it's basically being legalized?
I mean, alcohol is legal, but you still can't drive under the influence.
So
Ah.
I'm trying to figure out how you going to like determine how much, because probably my lung capacity is different than yours.
Well, I'm pretty sure it's just like some people hold liquor better than others, right?
Right.
So they're gonna probably create some legal, smoked out level. You're smoked out at this level.
I just feel it's just dumb. I think they should just let people be. Just legalize the thing and leave it alone. I mean, obviously you don't want people on the streets like.
But I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Can you be that high where you're dangerous behind the wheel?
I don't know. I'm not a smoker, so I really have no idea.
That's the question. Yeah. I don't know. That's what baffles me in that whole thing. Like, I'm trying to understand how high. Like, you can be sloppy drunk, but I've never heard a sloppy smoker.
More like
Lazy.
or sleepy. I don't know.
But then again, driving sleepy is very dangerous too.
Right.
So.
But then that's everybody that's on those opioids.
Well, yeah, you could get DUI for that though.
Everybody should just leave everything alone. Just drink. Do like me. Just drink.
then you damn sure going to jail. When you drive drunk.
That's what you get Uber for. There's no reason to drive drunk.
This is true. I don't understand. And I think DUIs are still very prominent. I don't understand how a DUI is still happening so frequently.
Because people dumb or just lazy.
I thought that was very interesting. Oh, and in news, there's this guy, this doctor, who's getting ready to be deported. He was sentenced to 7 years prison for basically an illegal abortion. You may say, oh, he gave an illegal abortion. No. What happened is him and his girlfriend of 3 years, she became pregnant, and he was like, okay, we're going to have an abortion. And she was like, no, I'm not having an abortion. So she came over supposedly to have a conversation with him about, child care, this and that. They were still together at the time. And he, she's this and that. So he put the day after pill, he crumbled the day after pill. And
no, he probably gave her the abortion pill.
Yeah, the abortion pill. And crumbled it in, because he's a doctor.
Yeah.
So he can get it, crumbled it, put it in her drink, and had her drink, and she actually
had an abortion. Yeah.
I mean, had a miscarriage.
Yeah. Yeah, I know about them pills.
Yeah, so I guess she found out this and that and said that, so they charged him, arrested him. He was charged and sentenced. They found him guilty, and now he's 17, but he's from Pakistan, and they now issued also a deportation order. But the thing is, she's in court saying that she want them to take it easy on him, and he don't need all this prison.
She didn't realize what was going to happen? Come on, give me a break. She was looking for that check. That's what happened. And so on to the topic of tonight's conversation is going to be infidelity. What's wrong with cheating?
Oh, Lord. You believe in cheating?
No, I didn't say that.
I mean, said what's wrong with cheating?
I was just trying to put in a punchline. Simple as that.
That's a hell of a punchline.
I'm not a cheater. I mean, I have no reason to cheat. I'll just, be like, yo, babe, let's get a girl, or let's go to the swingers club. So, I mean, if you do it with your partner, then technically it's not cheating.
So when you go to the swinger club, you like, hey, babe, let's go to the swinger club because I want to go find
I mean, it depends on the mood.
To play with.
It depends on the mood and also depends on the person. So I guess it all depends on the partner.
So you've had guys that will go to the swinger club with you just to let you smash some other dude?
No comment.
Oh, now we're not answering questions.
No comment.
Now I'm gonna let that sit and marinate, but we're coming back to that. I'm letting you know that.
Yeah, let it sit and marinate. So I mean, for anybody, infidelity definitely sucks. Just the fact that some people, when you're emotionally invested in a relationship and somebody cheats on you and yada yada yada, I could imagine that it would be, the whole emotional tangent that someone would go through. But based on statistics, it actually shows that over a third of people who are married actually cheat. And that third includes both men and women.
Yeah.
So
I know a lot of women cheaters, but anyway.
Have you ever been cheated on?
I don't think so. Not that I've caught.
Okay.
But what I did find out, I thought I was getting cheated on, but when everything came out, I was the side nigga. I had learned that I was the side nigga.
Damn.
I was like, damn, shit, I'm the side nigga.
Damn, so she got a lot of time on her hands.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been
she stopped
cheated
dealing
on.
with both of us and married some other guy, like right away. So I believe it was the third. She was out here doing her thing.
Or maybe she just wanted to be like a fresh start because everybody knew about the shit.
No, I think she had that wasn't like she literally just like boom and then showed up the next day married to this guy.
And then she didn't cheat on him?
I think what happened is I think what happened was that dude who caught her, because the dude caught her and then called me. And then now I had to put in my mind like, so after he went to talking this and that, and like, oh, I'm the side nigga. So he caught her dealing with me, right? But I think she had 2 boyfriends. I think the other one was like her boyfriend.
She must belong to that tribe in Africa, right? If your man not satisfying you, you can get several.
So I think, because I found out I was the last of all of them.
Damn. And she married the
And then when I really thought about it, I was like, okay, she really, you know what?
Yeah,
that's so we not really like dealing like that when I think about it. We just was dealing like that.
Well, I mean, I'm sure I've been cheated on. That's just the nature of men. I think men cheat just because they can, just because they want to. I don't necessarily think it's sometimes even anything emotionally lacking in a relationship. It's just, I guess, opportunity or just variety for whatever it is. But these statistics are pretty wild. It says that over one third of marriages, one or both partners admit to cheating. 22% of men say they've cheated on their significant other. 14% of women admit to cheating on their partners. And 36% of men and women admit to having an affair with a coworker. So,
well, co-workers, yes, I do believe. It's just like, think of it. It's just like, I believe Stevie J and Faith have been dealing
over time. Yeah.
Producer, late studio nights, working together.
Yeah.
I believe something had happened a long time. Like, I'm not saying it happened while she was with
Biggie,
but I know this is not like everybody else, like, oh, they just got married all of a sudden. I think they've been dealing for a while.
Yeah. And I think with coworkers, it's like, you spend so much time at work. I mean, it's likely that you're gonna have like a work husband or work wife.
The work wife, the work husband thing.
So stuff like that happens. That's why I think a lot of people, either you gotta like really be put it down.
I don't play with at work though. I've dated at work,
but then again, that's probably based on the environment that you're in. A lot of people work in random little stuff, like restaurants. I mean.
No, I'm just saying, I don't want to, because when it goes sour.
Yeah. Definitely, you don't want to shit where you eat.
Yeah, so, when it's going sour, then.
Well, 17% of men and women admit to having relations with their sisters or brothers-in-laws.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, even though if you could be girlfriends, probably you having an affair with your girlfriend.
People usually cheat in close proximity. Why? I don't know.
I just wouldn't do that. There's a lot of stuff that I would get up to, and that's just not one of it. I wouldn't at all. Like, why would that's like so murky for me. Like, yeah, I'll go to swingers club a whole day, every day. But I'm not touching your brother or your cousin. Like, that's just weird. That's just like, that's the taboo part for me. And then the good old saying that once a cheater, always a cheater, you can basically say that is the God honest truth, because they're saying that once someone has cheated before, there is a 350% chance that they're likely to cheat again. So that's that's significant. And so when you're in a relationship, what do you consider like the honeymoon stage? How long do you consider the honeymoon stage? Year. Okay, yeah, that's pretty good. Because you're saying once that year has gone by, that close to like the second year, that's when the cheating begins.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because that thing brand new, you know. It still got the new car smell to it.
You're still trying to look at all the
You're trying to work through all the features and
right.
stuff. You're trying to see, oh yeah, this what this come with? Oh,
this
wow.
one makes it squirt.
Because because think about it. Like most women, like y'all say, y'all don't do things until they're special, right? So there's all that time reserved. Like y'all might be doing stuff.
Yeah. But you wait.
You kind of wait and you kind of
yeah.
So
because you can't show all the boys all your tricks, you know.
So you probably ain't even doing it. You probably ain't like impressively into your bag of tricks until what? At least 6 months of active activity.
Maybe.
I would say about 6. After 6 months at least.
Maybe.
Yeah. Sometime I guess you just ain't pull out the tricks first night.
So. Would you, for instance, if you're in a relationship, everything is going fine, and then you find out that your girlfriend or your significant other, your wife, whatever she is, if you find out that she's cheating, would there be a possibility that you'd be able to take her back and move forward?
No.
You didn't even have to think about it?
Nah, I don't need to think about it. I already programmed. You know how the computer say no, access denied? Like,
but why are you so adamant about it being no?
I don't even like car. Like, you know how hard it is for me to take a car home after I've had an accident in it?
But I'm like, okay, women take guys back all the time.
Like, I don't even feel like my house has been broken into.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm talking about it, I'm going to start looking to list my house. I don't, like, I feel like, I don't like open boxes. I just don't. Just don't.
I mean, what if she's like great, superb, and she just
if a girl wear your panties right now, your homegirl go and borrow your panties. Let's say you had some pairs of panties, right? Let's say you had some. Better yet, so your friend comes over, spends the night. She was drunk, this and that, and then she wakes up and she uses your toothbrush. You gonna want that toothbrush back?
No.
Okay then.
But okay.
That's how I feel.
But I mean, guys cheat all the time, and then women take them back.
I don't know why. That's their problem.
So if you cheated on your girlfriend, you wouldn't want her to take you back.
If she doesn't take me back, I'm not mad at it because I'm not going to take her back. That ain't happening. I guess because especially I'm not like a cheater like that. I'm not a cheater. I can't even tell the time I've cheated.
Would you consider having an affair to get back at somebody for something they did? Even if it's not necessarily getting back.
I think that makes you an even low-ass person.
Right. So then in the case of a man, let's say he cheated and then his wife was like, well, fuck it, I'm going to cheat too.
I mean, she's to me, she's lower person
than him who started it. Or maybe she's just wounded.
But that's what you did? That's like, okay, like I don't consider you a drunk until you can drink to solve your problem. When you can drink and solve the problem, like you really solve the problem, not drink and forget about it for a little bit. No, when you drink and it solves the problem, you got a problem. You got a real problem. Like drinking should never solve anything.
Right. Drinking is just a good time.
Fucking a stranger or someone out cheating should never resolve anything.
Well, you realize that because we do so much online and everything, it makes it even more easier for, not more easier, but easier for people to cheat now.
Oh yeah, people cheat. I know people cheat.
So would you consider just communicating with somebody else as cheating? Like that, and probably not just communicating, but let's say if your girlfriend became somewhat emotionally attached to someone, not that she ever saw them in person, but just because they communicated online.
Do I consider that? It depends on how it's communicating. Like if you, it's just like conspiracy. Like, are you conspiring? Is these communications conspiring? or is it entertainment, like literally entertainment? And everybody
Right.
say, oh, entertainment, and because it may just be flirting might be entertaining to them. No, 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 no. I don't believe that. There's entertaining where you kind of brush conversation, certain parts of the conversation. You might speak on things, and then the person throws in, you kind of brush them off. Then I'm kind of okay.
Whatever.
It's entertaining. You like this part of the conversation, but you kind of know you got to get through this part, so you don't attack him or you don't shut it down because you still entertaining. I don't want you to do that either, but because you don't want me to do that.
But you know, in the dawn of Instagram, I think Instagram is like, it's very entertaining. I mean, there's a lot of times conversations can become flirtatious, and it doesn't necessarily mean that you're gonna do something. It's just in that moment, it is what it is. I had I had a past relationship where he was very like possessive in terms of, let me see your phone and all the
if I do that, I'm getting rid of you.
And that was, no, he didn't used to tell me, let me see your phone, but he would always like, or if I would get drunk, you know, you just rest your phone down, then he would go for my phone, go for my DMs, and get upset that people were like, oh, you're very beautiful, and I might say, oh, thank you. Well, why you responding?
No, that's
and
not.
I was like,
that doesn't bother me.
That's bugging.
That doesn't bother me.
It was like serious. I was like, yo,
I might could read that in the middle.
Yeah.
Like when I'm doing my open it up, baby. Let me read these text messages.
or you have some nice feet, and he would get like,
yeah.
Why this dude telling you have nice feet?
Because
I have nice feet.
There y'all funny. Nah, that's too much. I had a girlfriend who went through getting out. So she was friends with one of my close friends, a homegirl. That's how we actually met. And she went through my phone. I've watched her go through my phone. Like she thought I wasn't paying attention. Like I showed her a picture of this, that, and was driving, and I seen her. I'm like, you're not gonna find anything because I don't be doing shit. And nigga, I erased all that shit. Once I started dealing with you, let me go erase this because I don't want to know you trying. Don't even worry about it.
Right.
Erase it. I don't even know this person. I'm starting fresh. I'm allowed to start fresh at the beginning of a relationship, right? I would figure. So when she couldn't find nothing there, you know what she did? She started going through my friend's phone on conversation. Like, she didn't want me to even share any she didn't want me to share conversation with
But how
anybody.
did she have access to your friend's phone?
Because that's her friend too. So she
Oh.
waited till she was drunk and went through her phone.
Wow.
And argued me up and down about a conversation I had because she would. Anyway, this is another long story, but anyway, it was a situation me and her, not even me, basically, she was drunk as hell one night.
And she
I
just
didn't
let
know
it out.
what to do with her. So I'm not going to call random people. I'm going to call our mutual friend and be like, hey, check it. Your homegirl in here drunk as fuck.
And she talking on herself?
You know, and she felt like, oh, you ain't had to call. No, this shit was scary. I don't like being around drunk people. Like when I gotta carry you and stuff. I hate that shit. That shit is scary to me.
I mean, I've had my drunken stupor moments.
I'm not the friend. Like if you do that with me, I will probably you'll be like, oh, let's go, and you won't ever understand. But I will never go back out with you.
I've never been. Let me see. The one time that I did actually pass out, that was because I think this guy tried to drug me. But outside of that, I'm the fun, like, drink till my head starts spinning. Then I gotta go home. Put me in an Uber, please.
Yeah, I'm not understanding that. I definitely don't understand that.
But because of so much of the social media aspect, you find that a lot of people these days are that a lot of times the people that meet online, once you start having that emotional connection with the person, then you find that it becomes, there's a 40% chance that you all would actually meet and consummate the affair.
Of course. That's what I'm saying. Don't build no foundation. Eventually you gotta put a house on that thing.
Right. Right. Have you ever been a cheater in terms of cheated with somebody only because of the sex?
No, that ain't me.
So you
I told you I know because I'm a person that I cut like when if shit ain't working out and I feel like I gotta do extra shit like hide like I don't want to have to hide a second life.
right.
So guess what? I'm just let me end this shit here and be free to do what I need to do or want to do.
True. Somebody's saying he'd rather leave. Yeah, a lot of people say that they would just rather leave than even put up with it.
Because I don't want to go through all the shenanigans. I don't want to go through the drama.
I can
I
dig
don't want to
it.
do all the extra work. Lying is a lot of work. Making up stories and stuff. That shit is a lot of work.
I mean, I've never been a cheater, but I mean, I've always had this mentality, and I don't know why. Well, if he do it, then I could show him. I'm not saying that that's the right thing to do,
I'm
but
not saying it's the wrong thing to do.
but I know that I've been in that predicament where I felt like, yeah,
You just want to get revenge.
yeah,
That shit ain't revenge. That shit just give you more problems. More and more problems. Lots more problems. Who is this? She is beautiful for real. Taylor Dean, CSA. You better not answer them. You don't want that boy to show up again.
what?
Never mind. No,
Well-
I'm not. Cheating is not. I don't know. But I think. I don't know. I know of. My whole issue with this is women cheat so much.
You think so?
Yeah. I watch so many women cheat, man. Now, I'm not a cheater, but have women cheated
With you?
with me?
Mhm.
Yes.
And you knew about it.
And I knew about it,
Mhm.
most of them.
And then you still went along.
You damn right, because that's not my problem.
Do you feel that
Your
by
home is
doing
just
that?
not my problem.
Do you-
And you break it up, you get kicked out, your ass homeless because you ain't coming in. So that's your problem.
So do you feel like do you feel guilty about it at all?
No, I'm just like, damn.
You're just
you
here for the
fuck-
entertainment?
I'm here for. I'm not tied to anybody. What I'm gonna feel guilty about? I can't care about someone else's relationship more than they do.
Okay, so then let's say, was the sex good with that person? Was it good enough to have you ever
Yeah.
wanted to have a relationship after?
Oh, cheating? Oh, hell no. Hell no. That's another, like how you say, I don't need to think on if a woman cheat, I'm
Yeah.
leaving because I'm programmed that way.
Mhm.
That's another one of those super programs in my head. Once a cheater, always a cheater.
I mean,
She has a position of, she has a two position, her man position and her side nigga position. Once you move from side nigga to man, someone is supposed to fill the side nigga role.
What if it was a situation where her significant other was impotent?
Okay, why not? Then when he, it's just like this. When he be like, okay, let me take you to
I mean, you would think that he would say that, but suppose
whatever.
he's very close-minded, and so she just...
Oh, and you gotta cheat? That's what you're saying?
Yeah.
Oh, no. You're a cheater.
That's not true. I
In
mean...
my eyes, you're a cheater.
Look here, anybody... I'm like the worst person to ask for advice among friends. Like, anything, I'm like, nah, just cheat on the nigga. Like, fuck it. I had an incident where a very close friend of mine, she's married, and so I guess her husband got prostate issues or whatever, and so now he's impotent.
Mm-hmm.
And so it had been going on 3 years that they hadn't done anything. And I guess the whole idea of him being impotent was kind of throwing him off, and he was becoming very aggressive and And in my head, I can only imagine, because like sex is great. Now imagine that you can't have sex no more. What are you gonna do?
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, well, get your boyfriend. Like, cheat on him. Like, what do you want me to tell her? Am I wrong for saying that?
Bring the idea of having a boyfriend to him, because you have needs. And then either he's probably going to leave you, and then you get your wish in. You get to have a boyfriend. There's ways to do it. Sometimes you just got to get the ball rolling.
But I don't think that men will be accepting of it. I really don't think that
either he's
would.
going to say, he's not going to say no and then just be comfortable with you. No, that shit is going to light a fire in his ass. If he say no, he's going to be like, man, I'm the fuck out of here. You probably cheating anyhow. You don't feel like, so shit over with right there. You effectively, passively, aggressively
got rid of yourself.
took care of yourself.
I mean, but you know, what was I supposed to tell her? I mean, we're all human beings. No matter what people say, we're all sexual. We all have that need and that longing to be touched and do all the nasty stuff. Some people more than others. Some people more extreme than others. And I mean, I think that's just being so inconsiderate to expect that somebody wouldn't. You know?
That's what I'm saying. I would think, like, as a man, if you can't do that service to your woman,
right?
You know she needs that service, especially if she brings, like, be open. She needs to, like, hey. I think even if I'm impotent and she need to be serviced, then I got to bring some other skill sets into the game.
Skill sets like what?
I mean,
there's just so much.
There, hey, the toy, all kind of shit. If women could live being lesbians.
But she's not a lesbian.
I'm just saying, if women can, she can learn to be.
Oh, hell no.
I'll give it a try.
Nah, we'd have to have an open relationship. Your shit ain't working, you could watch me fuck somebody.
No.
Why
I
not?
don't think I want to watch.
Okay, well then you could listen. Just we'll do cockles.
No. If for me to agree on that, and I'm not able to service, you need to go out and y'all do whatever you do that shit outside the house. Inside this house.
So then it's better to not even let the person know at all.
No, it's good to let the person know. At least he ain't embarrassed.
I mean, I don't think she would do it in such a way to embarrass him. I done
hit some of these same type bras now. Some of them, that shit embarrassing what they do. I was like, yeah. I've had to tell. Like, there's one girl, I had to tell her, like, you need to chill. He's gonna fuck you up. And she wouldn't listen to me. And he fucked her up decent. I said, that nigga's going to fuck you up. You tripping. That was the one time where I stopped, like, whatever the relationship. Because she reckless.
She was doing extra, too much.
She was doing extra. She wanted to be disrespectful. I was like, he's going to fuck you up. That nigga fucked her up decent. She married him, though, afterwards.
Well, I guess she probably wanted a good beating. I don't know.
That shit's so weird to me. And after she married, I was like, no, hell no. He gonna kill you. Lex, you need to chill.
So then what is the purpose of marrying the person if...
I think she married him for money.
Okay.
And I think that's why there's a lot of cheating ass women. because we have a society where it teaches women to chase after money. There's a lot of women that like their relationship with a man is based on finance. I understand, but I also understand this part based on finance. And then there's a lot of guys who have finance but don't have the other shit to wow and towel and digmatize you down. You know, he don't got that magic stick and that charisma and that charm. He just got the money.
Well, you know, relationships in themselves are very hard. Like, and
Exactly.
then there becomes a point in time when y'all start arguing. So I mean, I could understand where women are like, yo, we're gonna eventually argue anyway, so I might as well be rich while I arguing with you.
True.
And then men be doing all the extra. So extra for extra, you better get you a nigga that at least coming with something with the extra. You gonna have a nigga that don't have no money laid up at your house and giving you drama? I'm not doing that.
I understand your pain. I'm just telling you, I know there's a lot of women. Because there's a lot of guys that don't have, you know, they work hard to accumulate finance, you know, money in their funds. But they don't have any other skill set but that.
But what about just having open relationships then? So then it wouldn't have...
I mean, to each his own. I can't tell you what works in your house.
What would that work in your house?
Would it work in my house? Most likely not.
What if it was
let me tell you, why it
for
won't work.
you?
I'm going to tell you why it won't work. Because I move in such a fashion, right? So I've had, and what's surprising me as the older I get, the more women, like the age range, especially nowadays, women between 35 and 45 nowadays have this belief in this open relationship shit now. I kind of realize that. They love that. Women between. So they, when I okay, we're going to do it. But I move in a certain fashion, and then they like, oh, I'm like, listen, we have a open, like, you're not the only one. You got the, my shit is divided up now.
Right.
They want an open relationship. They want to do what they want to do, but they also want all of you. And I'm not saying anybody in particular is doing, like, it's just women arguing that. Men do the same thing. So in my household, I know it ain't gonna work because when I'm gonna run that program properly. I don't want to hear. I'm not gonna ask about no other dude like that. I'm not concerned about seeing no other dude. It's not my issue.
Right. I mean,
you would do an open relationship? No, hell no. You're
you know, with that being said, I had a really good relationship a couple years ago, and I think knowing what I know now, I would have probably stuck in there longer and allowed him to continue with the bullshit, simply because it was a really cushy situation for me. And like even now with the guys, like it's so much of a headache trying to date people nowadays days. At least with that situation, I knew exactly what I was getting into. And even despite everything else, I can honestly say that was one of the best relationships of my life. So I think that, you know, just with that alone, I would like, knowing what I know now, I would probably reconsider the way I treated certain things that happened in the relationship. I don't know. I guess hindsight.
Hindsight is best.
Right. So I think more or less that's what it's about. What about you? Ever had one of those messed up situations? Any things that you would revisit?
Any relationship I would revisit?
I wouldn't revisit. You know what's crazy? I wouldn't revisit it now. Like, if he was to come and say, oh, let's get back together, whatever, I wouldn't go back. But it, like...
You do wish you knew what you knew now.
so that I could apply to the relationship back then.
Yes.
But I wouldn't go back to it now. I don't know. It's weird. Because my family still likes him. They always ask one, but I'm just like, nah, I'm straight. You know, we could get about like, nah, I'm straight. I'm good.
Oh wow. No, revisit. I don't know. I'm not good at revisiting. I've tried to revisit before. I think it's made it even worse between us.
Yeah, I did that when I went back to someone and it was worse. Like,
Well, I'm not saying it was worse. I'm saying it made the relationship. So now, before you where it may be cordial and speaking, and all right, now it's like, fuck you.
right. When I left, I was like, yo, you lucky I ain't burned this shit down to the ground kind of
Exactly.
situation. So yeah, that was definitely a no for me.
Revisit. But I guess there is a confusion. I think if right now, if this was the first time we've interacted, I have a couple that probably right now, because I think we're in two different
Places.
which makes better sense.
I get that too.
But to go back like, I don't know about that.
Hey, there's a saying, only chickens and dogs eat their vomit.
Exactly.
So once it's over, it's over.
See?
I pinned the number, but I see no one bothered to call. Some of the followers are saying that they don't go backwards. I tried to go back, ended up looking stupid in the long run. I mean, I don't think there's anybody who says they've ever gone back and it worked. I don't know. I can't say, have I ever cheated on somebody? I mean, yeah, I think I've cheated back in my younger days. Probably like spite cheat. But that must have been me, much younger me. Me with all my senses now, it's just like, yo, if it isn't working, you might as well just walk away from the situation. I'm not forcing nothing down anybody's throat. Take me as I am. It didn't work the first time. It won't work the second time. True. Exactly.
Sometimes things aren't meant to be. Just ain't meant to be.
I don't know.
But to each his own. Everybody, I can't tell you what works in your household. That's the type of relationship some of y'all like to be open and wide open, and people. Because I'm a firm believer of relationship with more than two people dealing in it. Always is set for failure. I've never seen them last.
And we have a caller who wants to ask us anything. Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Wow. Yeah. What's up? Fidelity. Infidelity.
I don't got the patience.
I'm
sorry.
Open relationship is not for you. Because think about it. You barely might have a patience for your significant other or the person you really in or whatever relationship. You also got to be in a relationship with their other whatever they're bringing in.
Yeah.
Oh hell no.
I mean, maybe I could be one of the sister wives where, you have me in one house over there and you have the other lady over there.
Interesting thing is, a woman told me, she said, after, she said, I think your personality, you should have multiple, girlfriends.
What about your personality made her feel
I
that
never,
way?
to this point, don't understand where that.
And you didn't bother to ask?
She didn't make sense then, but I just thought it. But the problem is, she wasn't the only one. I went a week with hearing this. She wasn't the only one. A week of different women saying the same. Little weird shit.
Oh, there it is. My word this time.
Oh, ba-do-do-do.
Yeah, it has a mind of its own, I assumed.
I guess.
And we lost that caller anyways.
That sucks.
I know.
So would you be a sister wife? You've been thinking about it? It seems like you've been thinking about it.
I thought about it. I mean, there's so much of that conversation going on now. And then I look at it from a more logical perspective and not necessarily because I want to mess around with the girl or anything like that. Okay.
Call from.
Hi, you're calling into KinkTalkMiami. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, you're calling into KinkTalkMiami. You have a question for us?
How are you? Yo, I feel get this
Right.
Right. So sister wives.
Yeah, not because I would want to mess with the lady or anything like that. I just think of it from a more logical perspective that when you look at the percentage of available males to female, then you factor in the gay guys, then you factor in those that are in jail. The pickings are slim.
So you fuck it, we gotta share, sis.
And anyways, we sharing anyway. Seriously, these niggas is out here. We sharing anyway. So why not share and know who the fuck you sharing with? That's my perspective of it. But I would want to be like the queen wife. I would want to be like the number one, who running the checkbook, that would be me. I don't want to be just one of the regular concubine ones. Nah.
call from.
Hi, good evening. You're calling into KinkTalkMiami. What's the question you have for us?
Yeah, I'm having a situation with my girl. Every time I try to fuck, I feel like she's not taking my dick. I feel like it's just too big. I don't know. She be saying alright, your shit too big. I don't even be trying to fuck her. I don't know what to do in this situation.
Don't know me, bitch.
Patty says,
help.
okay.
Nah, for real, I'm serious. I need help.
Okay. So have you tried lubricants and probably just taking it easy and not just poking her?
I mean, I never tried lubricant. I just.
So what have you been using? Spit? Or is either lubricants or you gotta find you a girl with a bigger vagina?
A girl with a bigger vagina.
Yeah. Okay.
Cause I mean, she a little small, so I'm just keeping it. She especially when I be doing them back shots, it be crazy.
Okay. Well, I mean, Walmart is still open. Get you some KY. That's my advice. Have a good night.
So.
Petty.
But there's such thing as small vaginas.
I wouldn't know.
It's something. That shit is frustrating.
I wouldn't know.
I don't believe he was encountering a small vagina because when you encounter a small vagina, you be frustrated. Like he wouldn't be calling that pleasant
Right.
and slow. You be frustrated because you don't get a good orgasm out of like when I don't know. Let me say it's me. It's me. I wouldn't get a good orgasm feeling like I can't. The pool is like going swimming, I guess, and the pool not big enough.
What kind of pool you going swimming in?
Exactly.
One of them little kiddie
That's it.
pools?
You get frustrated. Like, hey, this some bullshit. This some bullshit. What I'm supposed to do with this?
I don't know.
Every moment she's stopping you, it gets painful.
Okay, we have another caller.
Call from.
Right.
To accept, press 1. To send voice.
Hi, good evening, Ryan. You're calling into King Talk Miami. Do you have a question for us tonight?
Nah, I ain't got no questions. I just wanted to show some love to y'all, man. I'm a big fan, so I just called to say what's happening. Patty, keep them girls in the check, man. Keep doing your thing, boss. They be trying to be slick with you, boss. Keep doing your thing, man. Represent for the fellas, you feel me?
I don't trust him.
But I do want to make a comment though, on the topic of the evening.
Mm-hmm.
Like Petty said, I agree with you, buddy. You know, if you got to cheat on somebody, just go ahead and cut that thing loose, man, to get from around there, because you don't want to be hurting nobody's feelings, because we end up having these shots end up bust out your car windows, all
That
kinds
should
of
be
crazy
expensive
shit.
too. I didn't want to go through that conversation. But you since you brought it up, you're right. Very expensive.
All right, Ryan. Thank you for your contribution. You too.
Hurt female is very expensive.
Bye.
Last time, see, I ain't even do nothing. The female she just hurt. That shit ended up costing me about 10 grand, so I ain't got time for it.
Let me see. Have I ever did anything in retaliation? Maybe when I was way younger, I had used an ice pick. I had used an ice pick, I think, on a guy's tires. But I mean, an ice pick, you could just that's nothing, right?
No, it depends on how you ice pick it. If you ice picked it on the side, that shit over with. That tire done.
No, but I mean, they could plug it.
No, not on the side. It depends on how you ice pick it. Every puncture on the tire. Like the other day, I punctured the tire and I had to get a whole new tire. I just bought the tire 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks prior, I should say.
Wow.
Yep. Whole nother $250 for one fucking tire. I barely got that one tire.
Yeah. Okay, well, thank you everyone for contributing this evening with us and staying tuned, and we appreciate you guys for calling in. Once again, school will be reopening pretty soon, and just wanted to remind you guys that they're having their first annual, the Bus Own Entertainment is having their first annual back to school giveaway this Sunday. It's gonna be on 120th and 7th Avenue. It's from 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. and they're doing book bag giveaways. There's gonna be a bounce house, cotton candy, music and food. It's gonna be a whole family affair, so everyone stop by. Once again, their Bus Own Entertainment first annual back to school giveaway. And thank you everyone for tuning in to King Talk Miami this week. Next week we'll be back on with Tika Deluimon and back to regular scheduled programming.
Yeah, come here, nigga. Yeah, you wanna